So I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of my favorite formulas when using gloss toner. I know that behind the chair we can kind of get locked into our usual toners and not want to stray far from what we really know. So I did want to give you a couple of my go-to formulas. My favorite being our 817. This is one that I use for a lot of control. The benefits are that you have the ash and the green component, so you're able to neutralize your red tones. You're also able to soften up your orange tones to relieve the hair from that brassy feeling so that you can be revived and look a lot more cool and a lot more crisp in your ashier tones. So very effective. Our level's 8 and we have a 10, and now we have an additional 5.17. So these are definitely some of my go-tos for eliminating brass and leaving the hair in a nice ashy cool tone. Right next to that I have my 1022. Very understated with its violet tone. In the swatch book it can tend to look a little bit more straight purple, but I like to add it in addition to my warmer tones to be able to customize them so I don't go too far warm or too far cool. Or I use it by myself when I'm especially looking to keep our very light blonde shades and just reduce a bit of that yellow tone so that you have your more pure platinum feel to the hair. Our 1026 here, this one also is another one that's highly underutilized in the salon. A lot of people think that it'll have more of a pinker reflection. In actuality, when we lift the hair, we do have a lot of those residual yellow tones left in the hair, so the 1026 is extremely effective in eliminating the brass from that yellow, but having it maintain a softer, more neutral golden tone. So it is very effective in creating new personalities to your blonde shade. I especially like to use it for any of my blondes that are looking to switch it up for the summer so they're not that usual 10V or 1022. What they're able to do is switch around that tone and create something that's a little bit unique and a little bit more fun so we can get out of our box of straight toners that we use. And last of all, but not least, is our 1004. And this one also is very underutilized, and I specifically like to use it on blondes that feel like they've gotten more drab or they've been using purple shampoo in an extreme amount at home. The 1004 is really good at giving a little bit of life, a little bit of vibrancy, and incredible shine to anyone that's in our neutral or a little bit more of our golden tone. So we will show you after some of my favorite toners, and remember, they're all completely customizable, so you can intermix them, and then more importantly, you can add in pigments to be able to create a unlimited amount of possibilities with gloss toner. Being that it is an additional tool, you can use it for refreshing your tones. You can use it for after you've done great coverage with either Color Wear Cream or you've done evolution of the color. It's a great way to refresh those mid-length and ends and being able to keep the hair in incredible shine and condition with our patent technology, which is arginine, all incorporated into our Color Wear system. So you have a tool for every service that you need to completely leave your guest 100% satisfied. So as our gloss toners are processing, I did want to leave in one specific benefit or key pocket information that you do need to know. So with our alkaline agent being our patent pending technology, arginine, arginine is going to process a little bit different than it would in your traditional systems that you may have been used to. So with arginine, it particularly processes more vibrant in the processing time than it is during the end finished result. So you will start to notice that that kicks in your 3 to 5 minute processing range. So my tip to you is don't freak out. Don't remove it too early. You want to have all the benefits of this product. The longer you leave it in the hair, the more the longevity will be with the product. So I did want to show you in a couple of the swatches what that arginine is already doing to the coloring process. So in our 817 here, you can already see that the color is working. This has now been applied for 5 minutes, and what we can see is that intense tone is starting to take over. The benefit is that you're able to neutralize all of the warm tones, but what's left is way less intense when you do rinse and finish this process. As well as our 1026, as you can see, we've applied it. You don't have that strong pinky undertone hue, but you're able to give a nice soft beigey blonde tone to the hair. These are just 2 examples of what that arginine technology does during the processing time. So don't freak out. Don't remove it too soon. Let it do its job. The results are fantastic, and you will see in our finished results. Welcome back. As you can see, we have our finished swatches from our Colorwear Gloss Toner applications. So I'd like to share with you a little bit of the results and why they are some of my new favorite additional tools to my blonding tool belt. So over here on the far right, we have our 0817. So again, that 0 before the 8 notates that it has a 20% level deposit. So it's not going to be as visually appealing as a level 8 would be, but you get all of the tonality of that level 8. So as you can see in our swatch, we were able to really ice out and create that nice ashy tone compared to our original swatch. So the nice part is you can still see through it. You still see all of the vibrancy of our blonde, but you do see that 80% impact from our tonality. So it is heavy in ash, and then we have the additional tone of our 0.7, which is more of our greenier tone. So this photographs really, really well, especially for our clients that are looking for more of an ashier result. So 817 really sits near and dear to my heart because it comes in handy all the time when I'm looking to kick the brass. So in our second swatch here, this was our 01022. And like I said before, it's nothing to be afraid of. In the swatch book, it looks a lot more intense, but as you can see, compared to our original swatch, it did a really nice job of ashing out that tone, creating a violet intensity, but you're still able to see the true blonde underneath it. And the important thing is, it's not going to drop the level. So your level 10s will stay a level 10. It has 20% of the depth, but 80% of the tone at what you need at a level 10. So it's a fantastic way of being able to keep the hair nice and vibrant and also eliminating some of those soft golden tones. In our next swatch, I did these because I thought this was a little bit fun for you guys to see the tonal results. So in our first swatch, we have our 01026, and that is more of that softer, pinkier tone, as I was saying. So as you can see in our swatch, you are creating new additional tones to your repertoire without having to switch it up and change too much. The 2 that's in our formula is a violet, so you're able to neutralize the brass, but that 6 gives you a nice soft blushy tone, so you're able to create new unique toner combinations with an ease. You're still able to see the brightness of the blonde underneath the tone, but you're able to give that impact with the additional tonality. So like we said, 80% tone, 20% depth. A go-to favorite of mine. If I did want to make this a little bit more pinky, I do incorporate our pigments. I like to use our rose copper to really intensify that tone and give you a little bit more of that blushier hue. So with our final swatch here, we have our 1004, and this is another one of my go-to favorites, especially when the client is complaining that her hair feels a little bit too drab. Maybe she's a big fan of purple shampoo at home. 1004 is going to give you a light kick of a soft copper, so you're going to kick any of those over ashy tones from maybe they're swimming in the pool over the summer, maybe they use purple shampoo way too often. This is going to be a great benefit to add in an additional tone, or to give an option to our clients that were left out in Colorwear Cream. They were able to have a soft golden tone, and you can see against our original swatch, it's not so strong that you should be afraid of it, and it's definitely able to be cocktailed with pigments. One of my favorite go-tos to intensify this tone is our bronze pigment, because it's not going to be too gold and it's not going to be too copper. It's a perfect complement to our 1004. So as you can see, the benefit of using gloss toners is that you don't have to worry about losing your depth with your blonde. You can keep them bright, you can keep them luminous, and more importantly, you can keep their hair in amazing condition.